This project is a project for schools or children's centers, and it is kind of similar to sound work and also to serial drawing, which I have seen, which is really, really all on the same, how can I say, on the same area of unconscious contents which we invite to be expressed. And also dreams are unconscious contents, and as all the other unconscious representations, they need a strong container. So we always need a strong container, and then we can invite the unconscious to manifest. That's why for this project, we created some little rituals. The rituals, they work as containing. There is a book has been published in Italian, and this is another book which has been published in German, and the Ukrainian publication is on the way. Now, two quick premises just to introduce a little bit of the theoretical part. We know that the psyche is creating images constantly. They might not be conscious, we might not be aware of them, but they are subterranean flow of images. And those images are fed by the archetypal primordial images of humanity. And these images, even if we are not conscious of them, they influence our actions anyway. The more unconscious they remain, the more likely they influence us to impulse reactions. And if they reach consciousness, then they can be reflected upon, we can mentalize, and creative inspiration can come from those images. Jung assumes that dreams compensate the attitude of consciousness. What does this mean? It means that the dreams bring us always that what we lack in the daytime consciousness, what we don't know, what we don't think, what we repress in the dream comes to us. And that's why dreams are paradoxical, absurd, strange, and many times they are embarrassing, exactly because what we don't want from our conscious side is brought by the dream. Therefore, the dreams are always the opposite of stereotypical attitudes. They are never stereotypes. They are never black and white view of the world. And here it's very interesting. We touch on a political dimension. Then the more anxious our worldview is, the fewer feelings we allow ourselves, which creates insecurity, uncertainty. Because if we have many differentiated feelings, this would help us to understand the world and also make predictions about the behavior of other people and fellow human beings. And on the other hand, reductive attitude, such as the division into us and they, or normal and not normal, they are fake security. They just feign security. Therefore, the more polarized a person's view is, the more bizarre and uneasy the dreams will be, because the dreams are never polarized. They are a variety. They are compensating and therefore very, very rich facets of our worldview. And we know now also that readiness to perceive feelings is already established in early childhood. So also the children can have already a polarized worldview, or rather perceived diversity. So we are concerned if we see already in kindergarten that some children include other children and exclude other children. You know, they already go that way to gain security by polarizing, by saying we and they. Therefore, psychohygiene would mean encouraging children to particularly engage with their dreams, because the dreams would compensate their already one-sided attitude. Imagination, emotional life, and the ability to mentalize would be nourished through the dreams. But how could it be? We don't have a socially established container for dreams in our society. On the other hand, the dreams are so intimate, they are part of our inner life. We can see what Rilke said about the dream. I wanted to say the dreams, we don't have collective containers for telling the dreams. But the dreams are very intimate. So the German poet Maria Rilke said, "Consider, is any life more experienced than your dreams images in your mind?" And also the known German Austrian author Peter Handke has published a dream diary. He just has published a book where he notes his dreams every day without commentary, without correction. And this book of Peter Handke inspired our project at school. Is that working now?
Yes, I'm sharing.
Do you see? You're sharing it. Oh, wonderful. And then a very valuable book we have, it's Charlotte Beral's book, next one. It was called The Third Reich of the Dream, and it was a dream collection in the years 1933 to 1945 in Germany. And here I show you I read you one dream in this book, which deals with dreaming itself. And the dream says of that person in these years in Germany, I dream only of rectangles, triangles, and octagons, because now it is forbidden to dream after all. Forbidden to dream in the dream. So there we see there can be extreme socio-political conditions through which the dreaming itself is suppressed and the regulating function of dreams is cancelled, is nullified. So the question arises, could something similar happen today? It could happen with a totalitarian regime, but here in Italy, it could also be by the invasion of screens in the childhood rooms, in the life of the child. Please go with the next. So you can see this is a drawing. We were asking for drawing dreams, and this is a child who has seen many, many, many screens every day in his life, many hours, as the parents report. So one of the biggest problems of virtual stimulus overload in childhood could remain unseen and unexplored, that the virtual images invading the child could hinder the memory and also even the emergence of dream images. And that would mean that this psychohygiene, the regulating function of the psyche through the dream images, would be cancelled. And so the child would be deprived of this vital function. As psychotherapists, we see every day what Elias Canetti said: everything that is forgotten cries out for help in dreams. But what if nothing cries anymore out for help because remembering the dreams themselves is being forgotten? This was the conceptual basis from which we started, together with the teachers of a public elementary school in Puglia. It was the year 2014. 130 children were allowed to tell their dreams in the school lesson during the school time, and their teachers listened to them. The dream lesson, my night book, we call it my night book, took place once a week from 2nd to 5th grade. And the children in the classroom, as you see in the picture, they write the dreams or draw the dreams, or they can whisper the dream in the ear of the teacher. These are the 3 possibilities. The drawings and the text remain in the school. This is like the serial drawing. They will not given home to the parents. For all the years that the project is going on, we had it done for the 2nd class until the 4th class, so 4 years for the children always. And only at the end of their 4th year, the children get their folders, beautifully decorated folders, home. And for each year, they have 1 folder with every week a dream or a drawing of a dream or a text of a dream. And go on. And you see how personally they decorated these folders. They call it, this was the idea of the children, they call it my treasure box. And yeah, this is how some part of the ritual to collect the dreams and to keep them very safely for them. The instruction for the teachers, as you can already imagine, because our projects are all similar, is not to comment the dreams in any way. They say highest, thank you for the dream. And initially the narratives are very brief and satisfying. For instance, I dreamt of burglars and I was hiding under my bed. No further questioning by the adult at all. Sometimes a child might say, and then, as it were a fairy tale. And the dream narration, however inarticulate, fragmentary, or incoherent, is treated like a literary text. That we have learned from Peter Handke, from the author. We treat it like a text. Nothing is corrected, not even any grammatical errors, nothing is added, nothing is asked. And so even very shy children in this particular experience of the dream lessons feel it as a space of inner freedom, and they can simply do nothing in this classroom. They can just observe and they love it. Sometimes they keep their eyes closed and just are in a sort of nearly trance, and they are do not fear to be called on or to produce something. And I think that every week being in the classroom in this very relaxed, observing way, every week for 4 years, helps them also to being held, contained by the collective. I think it works also as an attachment tool. You know, they learn attachment of the whole class in this way. Now comes some examples. Some dreams are pure joy, like this one. Then we have dreams of fear. Many times grief work is done and animals die, like here. And you can imagine a whole class is listening and having the same emotions as the child who tells the dream and then draws it also and puts it in the folder. Or we have abandonment issues or relational issues. Here the girl says in the dream, "Oh, what you are doing out here alone in the cold, little bear." As psychologists, we see attachment issues even here, but it's not necessary to have it in mind. The child, by representing, is already working on it. Then we have many dreams of siblings. Here, the dreamer says, "My sister has become a devil, and she is killing everyone, my father, my mother, and my aunt and me." So, you know, these feelings, these emotions about siblings can be so freely be expressed. Nobody will judge, nobody will comment, nobody will ask and say, "Oh, it's maybe you are not liking your sister." So these comments are kind of totally forbidden. And many incidents, you know, which we took symbolically or not symbolically, it's not interesting. We just stay with the phenomenon. Here the dreamer said, I dreamt that my brother hit his head and that a lot of blood came out. Then, from the teacher's point of view, cognitive skills improve, especially linguistic and especially social skills. And we can understand why social skills, because the entirely one's own world is recognized by telling the dream and respected. And the children have also interest in the intimate world of the other child. So it's a respect of these intimate inner worlds. And that enhances the social skills, because the other child can be observed fearlessly. There is no competition. There is no dynamics which we have normally in class. And this has an effect of strengthened identity. One child from Albania, who had not told a dream for 2 months and had only listened, said at the end of the school year, when we asked him if he had enjoyed the dream lesson, he said, I had never thought that Italian children also have such terrible dreams like me. I was convinced that only I had these dreams. So you can see also again what identity is created. You call one back? Yes. Sometimes children from migrant families dream about houses. You know, they are burned, they are lost, they are not found. And in any case, there's a lot of relief when they tell the dream. And sometimes they say, oh, now I have said it. And especially they like to tell the difficult dreams, you know, because it's really difficult sometimes to tell them. Sometimes they sweat on you can see the drop of sweats on their skin. But they don't fear that nobody will judge, will comment, and also nobody will feel pity with them. It's just silent there, like in the Sandberg, and the teacher says, thank you for your dream. And we are not surprised that the parents report also emotional changes after some weeks. They see, they see that the children do play more in their home and they express their feelings more easily. For instance, a child said just unexpectedly to his mother, now I need a hug. So the relation to their own emotions is more clear and could be expressed. But some children could not remember any dream, and they think they don't have dreams. In this case, we suggest the child, if you don't have the dream, you can make a free drawing as you like. You can dream what you want, or you can dream your bedroom, your bed, and maybe if you draw how you are sleeping, then maybe the dream wants to come to you because they need sometimes a little bit of help. So if you draw your bed and your room, that could help. And so we got these, these drawings. And next one, again, these are all drawings of children who spend hours and hours every day in front of a video game, computer, or screens, some others. These are all children who had not dreamed, and so they draw what in their life is the focus. Go on. There's also a PlayStation. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. And this. So you can see that it really seems like the inner images, the dream images, are suppressed and hidden because of the outer virtual images, which are so many in the 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old children. In the following picture is a dream about a video game. And the dream says, I have reached 500 points in my video game. I'm so happy. Yeah, again, 500. You can see, back. You can see the 500 here.
Yes.
And if you look at it, you know, the dream language is, oh, I'm so happy I reached these 500 points in my video game. But as a psychologist, if you look at the picture, you get quite anxious, you know, it's this excitement. The red is a very not warm red. And if you look, the child, it's so little with this screen so big, and he's kind of hanging there, like depending on this big screen with his mouse, red mouse on the right side. So it's very interesting how the painting shows to the child himself much more than the child is conscious in this moment. The unconscious tells the child, look, this is a situation where you're not in control of your life, as you might think, because you got that many 500 points. So this is really also what already Margaret Lowenfeld said, that the child is expressing his inner world in order to look at it. And so there's a lot of information for the child itself. It comes through the drawings. Then, of course, the information comes also to us as we look at the picture. But in this case, and all the other cases of children who had no dreams and just drawing all these computer screens, we needed only to wait. And the children were listening to the dreams of the others. And after some weeks or sometimes some months, also those children remembered dream, told the dream, and the inner flow of images again could be restored. So this is just the situation we have here in Europe, in many countries. Your situation for the dream project would be different because it's not a problem of the too many screens. You have other problems, as we know. But I think it would be an opportunity to make such groups for children. Could be also very small groups where the dream is told and you only have to take care of some rituals which are described in the book. Maybe now Vlad will tell you more about it. And we just go to the end. This is some feedbacks of the children after 4 years of the project. One child said, in the morning when I was little, he meant 4 years ago, I was often frightened by my nightmares. Then as I drew them, they were no longer so bad. Another child says, the others can't judge me because of a dream. It's important to be able to tell the dreams, to free oneself from the bad thoughts. Another one? No, it's fine. During all these years, I have thought the treasure chest, the treasure box, is like a faithful friend who keeps all my secret. Please now, Vlad, you tell about your experience. You have used the project in Italy, in Milan, for Ukrainian children in different schools. So I'm so happy that we can show you already
just a moment.
How it was.
Okay. Раз, два, три. Причайся та завмри. Заплющи свої очі, як у темної ночі. Йдуть, приходять сни. Вони гарні чи страшні? Можна все сказати. Страх пішов з кімнати. Навесні та влітку 22-го року цими словами я розпочинав групові дитячі зустрічі, присвячені сновидінням. У своїй частині доповіді я говоритиму про психологічну роботу з українськими дітьми-переселенцями, які знайшли тимчасову домівку на півночі Італії. Сам я приїхав в Італію у березні 22-го року і через певний час спільно з групою місцевих колег-юнгіанців організував проєкт психологічної допомоги українським дітям-біженцям. Впродовж весни і літа я працював з дітьми в декількох містечках Ломбардії, в основному в особистому та груповому форматі. На жаль, не збереглося жодної фотографії класів, підготовлених для групової роботи. Так спочатку виглядав кабінет для особистої. Кажу, що спочатку, бо згодом олівців до фломастерів суттєво додалося. Доповідь моя присвячена саме останній з цих двох форм – групової роботі з дітьми за методом «il mio nottario» – мій щоденник сновидінь. Робота з дітьми почалася в квітні у молодшій та середніх школах міста Мірати на півночі Італії. Це були діти з найрізноманітнішими долями. Хтось з них поїхав із тоді ще відносно безпечних міст України, інші же до від'їзду втратили свій дім та надію на повернення. Діти, які стикалися з війною, переважно переповнені тривогою та складними, сирими переживаннями. Більшість з них не може розраховувати на підтримку батьків, оскільки батьки найчастіше самі перебувають в певній формі психологічної травми, а значить емоційно недоступні для своїх дітей. Внаслідок цього діти вимушені самостійно виконувати для себе ту роботу, яку кожна дитина очікує від дорослого. Замість того, щоб поділяти свої переживання з дорослими, доотримувати від нього заспокоєння, діти в таких ситуаціях вимушені ставати собі батьками. Вони дбають про свою душу самостійно. Крім того, вони нерідко стають батьками для своїх батьків, а саме починають дбати про душевний спокій своїх матерів і батьків, і водночас самі недоотримують від них достатньої підтримки. Така самостійна внутрішня робота щодо заспокоєння власної душі, а також душі близької людини, дитині не під силу. І якщо ця робота триває занадто довго, то дитина заради самозбереження може почати відключати з свого життя ту частину свого досвіду, за якою їй ніхто не допомагає впоратися. Свої спогади, сновидіння, роздуми, а також стосунки з іншими людьми, які неминуче спричиняють у дитини складні почуття. Дитина стає нездатною згадувати, планувати, обговорювати, вести перемовини, конфліктувати і приймати думку іншого, зберігаючи при цьому себе. Подобних історій придосить у сім'ях біженців, і їхній результат загалом сумний. Отримавши подібний травматичний досвід, дитина втрачає довіру до батьків і не може більше встановлювати з ними глибокі, довірливі і щирі стосунки. Як відомо, батьки для дитини є моделлю всього світу, і стосунки з батьками також визначають те, як дитина далі буде відбудовувати свої стосунки зі світом і з собою. Втративши навичку встановлення безпечних стосунків у спілкуванні з батьками, дитина, а в майбутньому дорослий, не може встановлювати глибокі довірливі стосунки з усім, що її оточує всередині та зовні, з навчанням, хобі, роботою, партнером, місцем життя. Саме ці труднощі допомагає подолати проєкт «il mio nottario». В захищеному і безпечному середовищі діти отримують можливість вивільнити свої внутрішні змісти. Вони малюють і розповідають свої сни. Сни не інтерпретуються, як казала Ева, а уважно вислуховуються. Їм, так би мовити, надається місце. У зв'язку з цим мені пригадуються слова німецького художника і поета Вольца. «Не пояснюйте музику і не тлумачте сновидіння. Все на світі пронизано невловимим. Знайте, справа у Римі. Все в цьому світі просто римується». За допомогою снів діти діляться з групою, з фасилітатором своїм внутрішнім досвідом, який, як відомо, нерозривно пов'язаний з почуттями, з любов'ю, провиною, сумом, страхом, злістю, радістю і соромом. За допомогою цього процесу почуття дітей здобувають свободу і розміщуються у безпечному контейнері всередині групи, та всередині дорослого лідера групи. У безпечному контейнері групи, та всередині дорослої людини почуття і образи знищують свою інтенсивність, стають заспокоєними і олюдненими. Після такої відозміни дитина може встановити зв'язок зі своїми заспокоєними почуттями, внутрішнім досвідом, знайти для них місце всередині себе. Така спільна робота заснована на стосунках дитини і групи, а також дитини і лідера групи. Під час проєкту вивільнюються і віднаходять своє русло, а Вольц, ймовірно, сказав би, віднаходять втрачену риму, не тільки внутрішньо-психічне, а й міжособисті процеси. Хлопчик, чий малюнок я показував на другому слайді, починав як мовчазний одинак. Не розповів за весь час жодного сну, але через певний час змусив мене піти з ним на перемовини щодо питань дисципліни і обмежень, та закінчував проєкт, сидячи за одним столом із дівчинкою, яка розповіла якнайбільше снів. Інший хлопчик наприкінці одної з останніх сесій підійшов до мене з малюнком і, дивлячись в очі, випалив: «Папка!» Я здивувався, а він продовжив: «Папка, ти забув?» За мить я зрозумів, що він говорить не про батька, а про папку для зберігання малюнків. Хоче, щоб я поклав туди його черговий малюнок. Ця історія навряд чи потребує коментарів щодо безсвідомої ідентичності між мною і цим хлопчиком, батько якого залишився в Україні. Кожен, я впевнений, здатен скористуватися нею для того, щоб відбудувати свої здогадки про те, що відбувалося в наших безсвідомих міжособистих процесах. Таким чином, відбудовані довірливі стосунки з проєктом завдяки простій та недирективній організації здатні запустити всередині дитини процес м'якої моделі дитячо-батьківських стосунків, набутої у спілкуванні зі своїми батьками. Проведена робота дозволяє дитині віднайти довіру до стосунків і в майбутньому будувати їх з надією, що в цих стосунках безпечно відбуватиметься те, що потрібно для стосунків кожної людині: довіра, прийняття, перемовини, конфлікт і примирення. Я завершу доповідь так само, як і почав, ритуальним віршем, який діти досить скоро почали промовляти спільно зі мною. Скриню зі скарбами мрії міцно я закрию. Всередині скриньки тої дракон, лебідь та герої. Якщо жах мене застане, спати я не перестану. Це все.
Дякую, Єва. Влад, у нас є декілька хвилин на запитання або ваші реакції, будь ласка.
Is that okay for you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Дозволите, я хочу сказати про таке сильне тепло і вдячність. Я фантазувала про тих дітей, які малюють.
actually thinking about those children.
Як ви з ними працюєте? У мене була фантазія, що цей вірш Влада особистий, і він сьогодні не поділився.
What was reciting was written by him. It was his actually verse.
Yulia, could you please repeat the question? I was adjusting the sound.
I think it was about the poems. Can you?
One more time. Can you please repeat the question? Do you have?
Я хотіла поділитися таким теплим почуттям, яке в мене виникло, коли я вас слухала. Я уявляла тих дітей, які малюють, я уявляла той простір, який ви створювали. В мене була фантазія, що цей вірш – це взагалі Влада вірш. І він ним поділився з нами, хоча, напевно, я не знаю, але чомусь я його так ідентифікую. І я подумала про таку велику повагу до внутрішнього світу дітей, який несе цей проєкт. І про те, як, в принципі, діти намагаються говорити про сни. Я завжди це бачу. Ну, принаймні, зі мною вони про це розмовляють весь час. І як важливо для них мати такий, знаєте, легітимний проєкт, який дозволяє цьому приділяти багато уваги. Це велика робота, я щаслива, що вона проводиться, і мені здається, що цим досвідом треба користуватися далі. Я вам дуже вдячна. Це просто дуже тішить, те, що ми сьогодні почули, те, що ви робите.
Дякую, Юля. У нас є питання з чату. Будь ласка, скажіть, в цій програмі один дорослий з дітьми працює? І відгук, що це дуже зворушливо і цікаво.
Just a moment. Eva want to reply to Yulia. You want to reply to Yulia?
No, I wanted to reply for the poem. Vlad has very generously translated it, but the poems, they were created by the children themselves in South Italy in the first project. The children created these two poems together with the teacher. And so we kept them for the whole project, for all other projects, and Vlad has translated them. But it's the children's author.
Okay. Yulia, can you please repeat the question from the chat?
Так, питання, чи один дорослий працює з дітьми?
Yes, only one adult is working with children in this project, and moreover, we wanted to add that from my point of view, what is significant for this project is that it shouldn't be a psychologist at all. I mean, it's not necessary to be a psychologist. It might be the school teacher or, I don't know, the assistant in school, a mentor or something like that. So the adult shouldn't be trained as a psychologist or psychotherapist. And this is, I believe, because of the very strict and easy rules that nothing should be interpreted and the silence in the room and so on. Yeah, am I, Eva?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. There's no psychologist, only the teachers themselves do it in the schools, or any other person could do it, like culturally mediating person for the language Ukrainian here. And the rituals which are written in the book, they help, the person to do it properly without any problem. And it's not true, as we see in many projects, that children then get like activated or they cry. It's not happening, that's the container is so strong that the dream are told, and the children are self-regulating very well. They know what to tell, and they tell something, and then maybe after some time they will tell something more emotionally, but a very shortly trained person can do it. We do the training for the teachers, which are just teachers, one afternoon. This is the training.
No special personal experience needed, no analysis, no psychotherapy
no.
stuff.
And that's the strength of the project. You know,
Mhm.
it can be easily done. Mm.
Але тут має відбутися умова, про яку, мені здається, важливо наголошувати. І це не тільки про контейнер, це про стосунки, які діти будують із дорослими, а дорослі з дітьми. Все це стає можливим завдяки стосункам. Якщо дитина не буде слідувати за своїм дорослим, вона не почне приносити сни. То стосунки тут будуть, і зв'язки будуть мати, мені здається, ключове значення.
Yes, the relation also between the children very quickly, emerges this atmosphere of trust, especially because they are not common. So it's not even so much the relation to the adult, it's really the relation of the group to each other which creates it, which creates from the beginning the respect. And also we have some rituals to darken the room a little bit. That's very important for the children. They say, now let's make it dark, and they do the curtain, and then they close their eyes and say, now we are remembering the dream. So they enter another world in that hour. That's why the poem at the beginning and end is so important, because it says, now this inner world begins, and now this inner world ends. And also the children normally do not tell the dreams of other children outside of this setting. This is the fear of the parents. They say, then maybe the children tell the dream of my child to others. Also this does not happen, because the children know how precious this time is, and they keep it in that kind of, place. Yeah.
Добре, колеги,
Almost.
нам час зупинитись.
No, please. Yeah.
I wanted to add to Julia's comment. I just wanted to add that an adult initially must have some sort of intention to establish, to do this. I mean, this is more than enough. And then you have the right. And the right, I mean, the beginning and the end, the silence in the room, the rules that you are not allowed to tell anything but the dream. And you have this simple right and the intention of the adult to do this, and then everything is just starting to work.